Imagine trusting a new classmate with your most prized possessions, and then watching every single one of them get ruined, stolen, or destroyed. Now imagine that same classmate mocking your favorite band, your values, even you personally, day after day. Well, that happened to me in the 90s. And let's just say, I found a way to get back at him so brutally, his own parents thought he was living a double life. If you've ever dreamed of putting a liar, a thief, or a bully in their place, smash that like button and subscribe. Today's story is one of the most satisfying acts of teenage revenge you'll ever hear. The 1990s were a different world for gamers. No Steam, no instant downloads, just floppy disks and expensive imports. Me and my best friend were part of a tiny circle of kids who actually had access to PC games. And when I say games, I mean the classics: Doom 2, Monkey Island, The Settlers. These weren't just entertainment, they were treasures. We couldn't just walk into a store and grab them. Oh no. We'd save up, order them from abroad by airmail, wait weeks, and when that package finally arrived, it felt like Christmas. Sometimes, we'd carefully copy the discs, including the tricky copy protections, so we could trade with each other. It was our little lifeline into the world of gaming. Then came him. A new kid joined our class. Let's call him Eric. At first, Eric seemed like a godsend. His uncle, supposedly, had stacks of games. Rare ones. Titles we hadn't even heard of. You can imagine the excitement. Finally, someone new to trade with. We thought we'd struck gold. So we handed over our precious originals, trusting him to copy them and return them in good condition. But what did we get back? Corrupted floppy disks. Missing files. Games that wouldn't even load. And the ones that did come back looked like they'd been shoved under a couch cushion for a month. This went on for weeks. Months. And at the end of it all, Eric had every single one of our games. We had nothing but broken discs and mounting frustration. If that wasn't enough, Eric wasn't just careless, he was cruel. He'd mock me openly in class, especially for one thing: my love of Queen. Now, you have to understand, Freddie Mercury had passed away just a few years earlier, and the world was still reeling. AIDS awareness campaigns were everywhere. And as a teenager who adored Queen, Freddie was a hero to me. But Eric? He turned it into ammunition. Why do you listen to that gay guy? He's dead, get over it. Every time he said it, my blood boiled. He wasn't just stealing from me anymore. He was mocking who I was, what I loved, and the memory of someone who meant a lot to me. It wasn't just disrespect. It was betrayal layered with cruelty. And that's when the thought crept in, we can't let him get away with this. Our class attended this AIDS awareness event, organized by a foundation. At the end, they handed out flyers, pamphlets, and, believe it or not, free condoms branded with the foundation's logo. Me and my friend looked at each other. And in that instant, a wicked idea was born. Now, keep in mind, it was the 90s. Not many kids had a computer at home, let alone an inkjet printer. But we did. And that made us dangerous. We decided to craft a letter. A letter so convincing, so perfectly timed, that it would drop like a bomb in Eric's house. We took the AIDS Foundation logo, copied the style, and typed it all out. Dear first name, thank you for your letter. We understand it's difficult being open about being homosexual, and you have many questions after the event you attended with your class. Please find enclosed a flyer which should answer many of your questions as well as some condoms. Please practice safe sex at all times. We folded it neatly, added every flyer we'd grabbed at the event, and slid in several of those condoms. And then, this was the master stroke. We addressed it not to Eric himself, but to Mr. Last Name. Because we knew his father would be the one to open it. A week later, the letter went out. I can still picture it. Eric walking into class, his face pale, his energy off. By lunchtime, the rumors were flying. Something had happened at home. We didn't know the details at first, but we started fishing, casually dropping questions, asking if he was okay. And what we pieced together was delicious. His mother had been in tears, screaming. His father was livid. They were convinced Eric was secretly gay. And in his conservative, deeply religious family, that was the worst possible scandal. Eric was grounded, cut off, humiliated in his own house. And all because of a letter. For weeks, he was a ghost of himself. Gone was the smug kid who stole from us, who mocked me for loving Queen. In his place was someone quiet, frustrated, and clearly miserable. At first, he actually believed the letter was real, that the AIDS Foundation had reached out to him, which only made it worse. Eventually, he put the pieces together and suspected us. And after more prying, we admitted it. Of course, that meant a trip to the principal's office. His parents were there too. We sat in that office, explaining why we did it. And honestly, even as a teenager, facing down angry parents and a very stern principal, I couldn't stop smiling inside, because justice had been served. The boy who stole from us, who mocked me for admiring a gay icon, who treated us like fools, was brought low by his own family. We didn't touch him. We didn't yell at him. We didn't even fight back in the usual way. We let his own parents deliver the punishment. And for weeks, he lived under the weight of their suspicion, their disappointment, their anger. All because he underestimated us. That feeling, watching the balance shift, knowing he finally got what he deserved, has stayed with me for 30 years. Looking back, maybe it was harsh, but betrayal and cruelty cut deep. And sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't physical. It's psychological. It's poetic. It's justice served in the most unexpected way. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments. What's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And of course, subscribe for more stories that prove karma always finds a way.